A mother who slept with twin brothers can't tell who her child's father is. Mayonnaise has been classified as a musical instrument. And the world's largest vampire theme park is planned for Romania. These are the weird stories on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast. I got 3 strange, bizarre stories for you. I think they're cool. I think they're exciting. I think they're weird. Let's learn a little bit about the weird world that we live in. How about that? It's better than mainstream news, which is depressing. A mother who slept with twin brothers can't tell who her child's father is. What in the Jerry Springer's going on here? We got here a mother who was in a sexual relationship with 2 identical twin brothers at the same time. I believe that's called a tryst. Is that a sexual tryst? Tryst? Well, I always want to be involved in a tryst, but I'm just not cool enough. It just sounds so exciting to be involved in a tryst. This sounds like it's actually a little bit too exciting for most of us. This lady was in a sexual relationship with 2 identical twin brothers. I don't even know how that happens. Was she aware at the time? Let's get that out of the way. Like, did she know it was 2 different guys? Or was she like, I just love this new guy I'm dating. The weird thing is sometimes he goes by Samuel and other times by Bertrand. Can't figure it out. All right, I know. That's a little bit too much hyperbole. Sorry, guys. The exaggeration for comedic effect, I apologize. It's very unlikely. No one names anybody Bertrand anymore anyways. All right, let's get back into the article. Let's find out what's going to happen. Are the brothers going to work this out, or are they just going to flip a coin to see who fathers this child? Who pays for the kid? Okay, this mother was in a sexual relationship with 2 identical twin brothers, unable to establish the biological father of the daughter because there is, quote, a 50% chance it could be either of them. I guess it depends on how many times she had sex with each one. That'll skew the percent chance that it's one or the other. Did you keep a diary of all the incidents? They're calling this extraordinary case highly unusual and possibly unique. Yeah, it is. Both of those things. And it also could be a very bad 90s comedy movie starring Rob Schneider. Rob Schneider in Twin Dads, a Tubi original. They're saying this is the first case of its kind in the UK, and it's raised questions over which man should have legal responsibility for the child. The brothers, who are said to be so alike that the mother could not initially tell them apart. Initially, like when they came out of the womb, that's usually how it works with twins. The brothers are understood to have both started a casual relationship with this woman without the other's knowledge. How? And if you believe that, I got a nice big bridge I can sell you in Brooklyn, specifically Dumbo. The brothers didn't know. They both started a relationship with the same woman. They both had no knowledge. I call BS on that. The chances of them starting a relationship with the same woman means that they live in a very small town. And if you live in a small town, that means it's known who's dating who, what's going on. Casual relationships are known. All right, I don't buy this for 1 second. But, whatever makes you sleep at night. Oh, I didn't know. We didn't know. Now, according to the court, it says the brothers only discovered at an early stage of the lady's pregnancy that they were both having sex with the same woman and had argued in text messages over who was more likely to be the father of the girl by the time the woman had her first scan at 12 weeks. Both men, it says, had slept with the woman during the 4-day window in which she is thought to have conceived. Is it me, or does this all sound so biblical that it's... It sounds like a biblical pregnancy. They're always so bizarre. A woman was impregnated by a ram, or a virgin is impregnated. It's all mythologies. It says, while DNA paternity tests were carried out, each man returned a positive result. Each believes they are the girl's biological father. I guess they're fighting over who raises the lady. Just, one big happy family, guys. Everybody will win. I mean, let's be real. It's hard to raise a family on 2 incomes. Like, why not 3 incomes? All right. This might be the new way we have to do it going forward for the rest of the 21st century is 3 income families. I mean, at least until the 22nd century when we're all going to be on that universal basic income. Can't wait for that. That looks very promising, right, guys? I'm sure it's going to happen. Now, all this drama with who the girl's biological father is, as you can understand, has driven a wedge between the 2 brothers who had previously been close, they say. And the case has raised questions over which man should have legal responsibility for the child. The woman had remained in a casual relationship with one of the twins, and he is named as the biological father on this birth certificate of what is a daughter, turns out. Now, this automatically gave him legal responsibility for the daughter, which means he's entitled to make decisions on her life and her welfare, such as where she lives, her education, and what gender she will be. Just kidding. Now, the girl's paternity was contested by the other twin, and it went to court. And a judge named Reardon presided over the case, was actually unable to make a ruling because the evidence suggested it could be either twin as the father. In her ruling, she stated, quote, "They have both claimed her. They are both pursuing this claim at considerable financial and personal costs, including a cost to their own relationship, which, because this issue arose, was close." Now, in the judgment that came down days ago, the Court of Appeal ruled that the twin on the birth certificate will remain there because, quote, "it is simply not possible to hold that the twin is not the child's father. Indeed, there's a 50% chance that he is." But a little more confusion here. It says, but the court ruled that an order should remove his right to parental responsibility. The ruling said, quote, "It is possible, indeed likely, that by the time the child reaches maturity, it may be possible for science to identify one father and exclude the other twin. But for the time being, that cannot be done without very significant costs. And so her, quote, truth is binary and not a single man. It is for the mother to determine how the child is introduced to this truth over time." I see. So apparently there is a way to decide which of these twins is the actual genetic father of the child, but the cost of that test is too expensive. So it sounds like the court just put a placeholder on this for the time being and is, I guess, allowing the mother to sort of make a decision, which is probably appropriate. The court's saying basically there's no parental responsibility. The mother can decide if she wants to work with one of these or both of them to create a situation where one of the individuals does father the child financially and otherwise. Of course, the issue is both of them want to, but, it's a pretty easy choice. You pick the one who wants to also have a relationship with the mother and who the mother wants to have a relationship with. And at that point, if you're the other twin, you're not in a loving relationship with the mother, just step off to the side. What's wrong with you? You got to be kind of a selfish weirdo to then want to inject yourself into this relationship non-consensually at that point, because obviously the other twin doesn't want you around, and neither does the mother. And then, at the end of the day, you're just going to force yourself into the life of this child on some extra level than you ordinarily would, being an uncle. This poor girl. What do you think is a more functional upbringing for this girl? She should be considered at the end of the day over all these fools, it would seem to me. Should she be raised by a father and a mother, or a mother and two uncle daddies? I think we know how that's going to go. It's now been scientifically proven mayonnaise is also a musical instrument. It's the sound of science. Doot, 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 science. Now, fans of the show SpongeBob SquarePants might know 25 years ago, Patrick, one of the stars of the show, raised a very important question that is hotly debated to this very day. Is mayonnaise an instrument? Now, in the episode, Squidward was quick to shoot down the dim-witted invertebrate's inane query. But according to a new study from Hellmann's, the very popular mayonnaise, this condiment isn't just for sandwiches anymore. Yes. Turns out mayonnaise can actually be utilized as a musical instrument if you try hard enough. Yeah, anything can be a musical instrument if you have some real talent, I find. Never thought to use a condiment like mayonnaise. But, if you love music, you might make some music with some mayonnaise. I love music. Mayonnaise music. Now, the company Hellmann's makes some pretty low-end mayonnaise, I would say. But, it's pretty popular. It's right up there with, Miracle Whip, which I'm not sure is really mayonnaise. I don't eat either of these brands, but I don't really eat mayonnaise that often because I give a damn about my LDL. But, obviously in a, chicken salad, tuna salad, there's instances where I got to dive into the mayo. I definitely don't dip my fries in that. That is an insane thing to do with your French fries. And I know that's a thing I believe in the UK, mayonnaise with your fries is disgusting. I'll accept the vinegar. The vinegar on the fries? Okay. Now, you got me. I tried that. That's acceptable. Mayonnaise? I mean, stupid. Now, it says here, Hellmann's is 113 years old. And I had no idea. Been giving us heart attacks for over a century. 113-year-old food brand Hellmann's teamed up with a doctor who's the head of global music technologies at Northumbria University in order to prove it to be true that mayonnaise can be used as an instrument through the lens of organology, acoustics, and musicology. This just sounds like such a PR grab by Hellmann's because I think mayonnaise is out the door as far as like being a popular condiment these days. Like we've moved on, right? We turned a corner at honey mustard. Amazing. One of the best condiments to ever land on the market. Honey mustard, just outstanding. Combining sweet and tangy or sweet and spicy, depending on the kind of mustard. It's unbelievable. So I think Hellmann's is just trying to get back on our radar here. Here's a quote from the doctor of musicology. Music has always evolved through experimentation. When you look at the core principles of how musical instruments can create some sounds, you realize the possibilities for unconventional materials. They're endless. Exploring something like mayonnaise to make sounds isn't just about fun. It challenges our assumptions and invites us to think more creatively about what music can really be. Now, this research team is publishing a report pretty soon about mayonnaise as an instrument. Again, science doing the heavy lifting for us, guys. I mean, I know I've been up at night wondering, can mayonnaise be a percussion? But finally, science is getting down and putting it out there. These journals they publish, it's so unbelievable. Who reads this crap? Now, in case you've been on the edge of your seat wondering what is actually classified as an instrument, well, according to this paper, this new study, they say what actually matters when determining whether something is a musical instrument is whether that object can produce or modify sound in a controlled and intentional way. I mean, isn't that deep? I mean, a 6-year-old could never have came up with that definition. What would you say is a musical instrument? If something can be used to produce sound? Brilliant. Brilliant. So, in other words, substitute mayonnaise with just about anything in the world. A rock, bacon grease, a grapefruit rind. Insert your choice. It can be anything. Just you could say anything right now. Just say anything. Anything can be an instrument. Hair can be an instrument. Now, it says to further drive home the findings of this study, Hellmann's called on social media influencer Andy Arthur Smith. Oh, boy, this person probably makes so much more money than me for doing nothing. Gotta love how life is so fair. Andy Arthur Smith was asked to create an entire track. I guess that's a song using the emulsion of eggs and oil as the sole instrument. The song below is appropriately titled Mayonnaise as an Instrument. Yeah, I got no interest in listening to that. What I will listen to is the song Mayonnaise by the Smashing Pumpkins, which is an absolute masterpiece. You think Andy Arthur Smith could even come up with such an amazing song as Mayonnaise by the Smashing Pumpkins? Highly doubtful. There's a quote here from this Andy Arthur Smith influencer guy. Should we find out what he has to say? Influencers really drop gems, as you know. He says, "It's a question that's been around for years, but no one's really tried to answer it properly. Seeing people actually make music with mayonnaise and turning it into a real song has been wild. It shouldn't work, but somehow it does. We're bringing a new texture to music." Wow, look at all these people just patting themselves on the back for doing what children have been doing for centuries. Like, children just grab things and make an instrument out of them all the time. This isn't some breakthrough research. You know what, listener? You just wait right here. I'm going to go get 2 objects, random objects, and prove to you that anything can be a musical instrument. And you're not going to have to pay me a damn thing to prove it. All right, here we go. I got a container of paper clips and a leaf blower. Paper clips. Leaf blower.
Get in the game with the college-branded Venmo debit card. Wreck your team with every tap and earn up to 5% cash back with Venmo Stash, a new rewards program from Venmo. No monthly fee, no minimum balance. Just school pride and spending power. Get in the game and sign up for the Venmo debit card at venmo.com/collegecard. The Venmo MasterCard is issued by the Bancorp Bank N.A. Select schools available. Venmo Stash terms and exclusions apply at venmo.me/stash terms. Max $100 cash back per month.
The world's largest vampire-themed park is coming to Romania. Anybody stoked about this? Anybody Bram Stokered about this move? Vampire-themed park? It's like as though they've been reading my diary. It's been a dream of mine. Now, it could be just rumor, but it is believed that this park has been funded and is coming in 2027. We're going to have to wait a while. It's the world's first and largest Dracula-themed park, and it's being planned in Bucharest, Romania. The $1 billion venture is going to offer an immersive experience across 6 unique areas, including 40 attractions, blending adventure, storytelling, and world-class entertainment for all ages. Yeah, sure, and history as well. I mean, because, well, there is some truth to the character. I mean, it's based on Vlad the Impaler, some of it. I mean, obviously, Bram Stoker, took some liberties with the imagination, turning him into, the blood-sucking Dracula that we know from mythology. But that was all based in Romania. The castle that was used for in the book by Bram Stoker was Bran Castle, which is on the border of Transylvania and Wallachia. Is that how you say it? Basically, it's in the area where Vlad the Impaler was born. Now, if this theme park actually gets moving, the plans are to have 6 different lands within it. There's Transylvania, which will include roller coasters, a traditional village and forest, while Dracula's castle will be the site of the fictional vampire's home, complete with ruins, a maze, a lake, and a bat roller coaster called the Bat Coaster. And then the family kingdom will be a diverse range of vampire and supernatural creatures from global cultures residing there. Oh, that's cool. It's not just Dracula. Dracula's buddies are going to be in the family kingdom, so maybe you got a mummy, werewolf, chupacabras or something. Maybe Sasquatch. Is Sasquatch a friend of the family? It also says there's going to be a place called London Town, which is an area that promises to, quote, bring the dark allure of Victorian London to life. That's a strange choice, but okay. This all includes a vampire hunting parkour and obstacle course. What the heck? Vampire hunting parkour? That sounds incredible. You should have a paintball section, too, where you get to hunt vampires with paintball guns. It says here there's also going to be lake boats and haunted horse and carriage rides. That sounds incredible. There will also be a place called Port of New Orleans, which will feature a roller coaster race with howling werewolves and Mardi Gras carnival games. That's a little off-brand. What are they doing? This London town in the New Orleans area seems strange. I think you could do without those. I would go with a zombie village and just nix those other 2. That's my feedback. If the producers of Dracula Land are listening. The article says Bram Stoker's classic novel Dracula was set primarily in Romania's Carpathian Mountains, hence the country's long association with the vampire. The writer researched traditional European folklore as the basis for the character, Dracula. Yeah, and I believe they've turned Bran Castle, is that how you say it, Bran or Bran? Bran Castle into a tourist place with a museum, all based on the novel and the history of it. So there is a presence there, but this theme park would be tremendous. I mean, you want to bring in some tourists? This is how you do it. They're saying it's going to be an 800,000 square meter attraction, which includes retail and dining offerings, situated 20 minutes from Bucharest city center. The theme park forms part of a major development featuring 3 Dracula-themed hotels. What? You sleep in a coffin? How does this work? It's going to be 1,200 rooms in these Dracula-themed hotels. The development will also include an aqua park and thermal spa, a racetrack and a motor park, luxury shopping outlet, 22,000-seat arena suitable for concerts, festivals, and events. Is this really happening? This seems a little ambitious here. I don't know. I went to the website here, draculaland.com. Looks like you can download an investor deck. So I think this is early stages here. They're still looking for funds. All right, this is concerning. now I'm questioning whether or not this is going to be a reality ever. This Dracula theme park, which is just should be a reality. It's a tremendous idea. This website isn't giving me any confidence, though. It's kind of like a cheap AI website. Look at the images here of the park. Come on, man. I need to get some inside dope on this. Do I have any listeners in Romania that can speak to the actual legitimacy of this project? It says phase 1 is the master planning and the partnerships 2024 to 2025. All right, we're past that. Phase 2 is construction. It's supposed to start this year, 2026. I don't believe it started. 2026 to 2027 is phase 2 construction. The launch is 2027, 2028. Well, there's always hope, I guess. I'll send him $20, PayPal or something. Maybe that'll help get the ball rolling. Maybe that'll help get the fangs rolling. Maybe that'll help get the bats bouncing. You know what would be amazing is if we never had wars in life, instead spent all of the war budgets all over the world in making cool theme parks like this. Who wouldn't vote for that? No more wars, just more theme parks? We're talking Dracula theme parks, zombie theme parks, I don't know, maybe cheesecake theme parks. You got any ideas for a good theme park? Email me, funnyjones@gmail.com.
My day kicks off with a refreshing Celsius energy drink, then straight to the gym. Pre-K pickup, back home to meal prep. Time for my fire station shift. One more Celsius, gotta keep the lights on. When the 3-alarm hits, I'm ready. Celsius. Live, fit, go. Grab a cold, refreshing Celsius at your local retailer or locate now at Celsius.com.
Hello, my friends and loyal listeners of the Weird AF News podcast. Please subscribe to the show if you haven't yet. You can do so on all podcast players and even YouTube as well. I'm available on YouTube. The podcast is available. It's out there, guys. It's like a vampire. It'll get you right in the neck. Bleh. Did you guys enjoy my song made with a leaf blower? Where else are you going to get that, guys? Weird AF News is the only place you're going to get a host who's probably clinically insane doing news. They don't let people like me do the news in the real world. You know that, right? They can't put me at a desk on local TV. No, that's how the company gets sued. So here I am, just sitting in a closet making music with a leaf blower and a jar of paper clips. All of it for your imagination. All of it to amuse you. So, hopefully this will get me into heaven. I'm not sure. Okay, if you guys want to contribute to this, what I got going on over here, which is pretty low budget. It's just a guy in a closet with a laptop. Just trying to keep the lights on. Rent's due, by the way, guys. Rent's due. Anyways, buy me a coffee. Go to weirdafnews.com. Buy me a couple coffees, please. Or join the Patreon. That'd be helpful. Keep me going. Make me proud. Love you. Over and out.